हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू आई ट्यूटर। आई ट्यूटर का अगला वीडियो पे आप सभी का स्वागत है। होप यू स्टडीड आवर syllabus. Last video I covered the syllabus and also our admit card also released. Hope you followed that two videos. So today we will start our topic National Education Policy 2020. So why I selected National Education Policy 2020? First, because our topic, our syllabus, you analyzed already. So in our syllabus, one paper is GS and another paper is Educational Administration Management. In both these papers, current events, one GS paper cover current events of national and international importance. Also there is polity in general studies, and in second paper higher education system in India and their regulatory bodies and recent development in the field. So in this topic, today's topic National Education Policy 2020 cover these both topics in GS and Educational Administration Management. So simply this topic cover both of our sectors of our syllabus. So today we will start with the National Education Policy. So we will start. Why National Education Policy news? First of all, we analyze that. Because the Union Cabinet has approved the new National Education Policy 2020 with an aim to introduce several changes in the Indian education system from the school to college level. That in the last year, in 2020, Union Cabinet approved the new policy. After our independence time, this is a third policy in education sector government is introducing. So this is very important in higher education system also, and in current affairs phase also it's very important. Okay, so this is what is the aim. It's a changes education system by changes like ana. That's the aim of this policy, and from school to college level. The National Education Policy 2020 aim at making, what's the main aim of this policy? It's India a global knowledge superpower. इंडिया को एक ग्लोबल पे न्यू एक सुपर पावर लेके आना इन द सेक्टर ऑफ एजुकेशन. ओके, द कैबिनेट हैज़ ऑल्सो अप्रूव्ड द रीनेमिंग ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट. पहले क्या था, द एजुकेशन सेक्टर विच मिनिस्ट्री के अंडर आते थे? पहले इट्स इन ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट के अंडर आते हैं. सो इट्स नेम, मिनिस्ट्री का नेम रीचेंज्ड और रिप्लेस्ड टू मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन. अभी ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन के अंडर आते हैं सारे एजुकेशन सेक्टर्स. एंड the new education policy cleared by cabinet is only the third major revamp. I already told you after the independence this is the third policy government is covering. So it's the third major revamp of the framework of education in India since independence. So first the two earlier education policies were brought in. First of all, it's 1968 पे था एक न्यू पॉलिसी आफ्टर द इंडिपेंडेंस, एंड इन सेकेंड टाइम इट्स इन 1986. Please remember these 2 years. Objective types question may come from this area. So 1968 was the first policy and 1986 was the second policy, and this is the third policy. New education, National Education Policy 2020 was the third one. Okay, so we already discussed its changes, new education policy changes from the school level to higher education college level. So in school level, first of all we will see the key points in the school education system, what all the changes new education policy take place. Okay, so first of all the universalization, एक universal format लेके आया है through this policy. Universalization of new education from preschool to secondary level. प्री स्कूल टू सेकेंडरी लेवल पे एक यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट लेके आया है थ्रू दिस पॉलिसी and 100% gross enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. This is the main aim in the school sector education. What was that? The 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030 in school level. Okay, to bring 2 crore out of school children back into the mainstream through open schooling system. एक open schooling system के साथ सारे students को school में लेके आना. This is the another one point. And the current 10+2 system. What is this 10+2 system? We have studied the same system because 10th is the first our public exam, and after that +1 and +2. This is the this was the our system when we are studied in the school. So that time this system was followed, 10+2 system, and it replaced this system going to be replaced by a new system. What was that? The new system 5+3+3+4. So 5+3+3+4. What is this 5 cover? The 5 covers the age group of 3 to 8, and 3 covers 8 to 11, and 3 covers 11 to 14, and 4 covers 14 to 18. So it will bring the uncovered age group of 3 to 6 year under the school curriculum, which has been recognized globally. पहले क्या था, some बच्चे 5 years और 6 years में फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में लेके पेरेंट्स छोड़ देते हैं. उससे पहले नो recognized schooling system for some of the children. Some play school से स्टार्ट करते हैं the age of 3 और 4. बट अभी से न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के साथ क्या आते हैं, इट्स मैंडेटरी हो गया 3 to 6 years बच्चे लोग स्कूल में एडमिट करना ही करना है एज ए रिकग्नाइज्ड ग्लोबल सिस्टम ऑफ स्कूलिंग एजुकेशन. ओके, एंड it will also have 12 years of schooling with 3 years of Anganwadi pre-schooling. So total first standard से लेकर 12 years का schooling होगा. उसके साथ प्लस क्या होते हैं विथ 3 years ऑफ आंगनवाड़ी एंड प्री स्कूलिंग. सो टोटल द स्कूलिंग एजुकेशन इज़ ऑन 15 years होगा एक स्टूडेंट का लाइफ में. ओके, दैट इज दिस 5+3+5+3 8, 8+3 11, 11+4 15. सो टोटल 15 years का ये सिस्टम कवर हो रही है. बिकॉज 3 to 6 years का बच्चों का ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट इज़ द मेन फोकस ऑन हियर. बिकॉज बच्चों का ब्रेन का डेवलपमेंट कब से होता है, एक 3 to 6 years. सो दे विल कैच वेरी फास्ट द बेसिक नॉलेज ऑफ द लैंग्वेजेस and the basic alphabets like that. So 3 to 6 years is the basic age for development of mental faculties of a child. Okay, that's why they included 3 to 6 years. So hope you clear these points. And next point is class 10 and 12 board examination to be made easier. So comparatively अभी new education policy के साथ exams easier होगा, and they will get twice exam chances. Okay, to test core competencies rather than the memorized facts. Because पहले ये memorized facts था, बच्चों लोग पढ़ाई करते थे then जाके exam लिखते थे, so memorize करते थे. With all students will allow to take the exam twice. Okay, school governance is set to change with a new accreditation framework and an independent authority to regulate both public and private schools. अभी public and private schools को एक independent authority हैंडल करते हैं. एक न्यू accreditation framework मतलब उसका ये grading देखते थे एक, and also independent authority will regulate both public and private schools. Emphasis on foundational literacy and numeracy. No rigid separation between academic streams and extracurricular vocational stream in schools. The academic stream के साथ साथ उन लोगों का extra curricular and vocational stream को भी importance दे रही है through this new education policy. And vocational education start from the 6th class. Vocational education going to start from 6th class onwards with the internship. So practical knowledge के साथ ही होगा ये vocational education start करते हैं from 6th standard से. and teaching up to at least grade 5 to be in mother tongue. That means till 5th standard its mother tongue is compulsory or regional language. साउथ साइड में तो होते हैं रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस और मदर टंग्स मलयालम तमिल कन्नड़ा आंध्रा एंड इन नॉर्थ साइड्स में हिंदी होते हैं मदर टंग्स. सो ये मदर टंग ज़रूरी है बिकॉज क्यों है बच्चे लोग फेस द प्रॉब्लम. सम लोगों को मदर टंग्स में बात करने नहीं आते हैं, कुछ लोग दे कांट रीड और राइट स्पीक. बच्चों लोग फेस करते हैं ये प्रॉब्लम्स रिमूव करने के लिए ये तो अप टू एटलीस्ट 5th स्टैंडर्ड तक तो मदर टंग में पढ़ाई करना ही करना है. ओके, नो लैंग्वेज विल बी इम्पोज्ड ऑन एनी स्टूडेंट्स. असेसमेंट रिफॉर्म्स विथ 360 डिग्री. पूरा 360 डायमेंशन में बच्चों का असेसमेंट करते हैं ये लोग. हॉलिस्टिक प्रोग्रेस कार्ड होगा उसमें, उसके लिए असेसमेंट के लिए ट्रैकिंग स्टूडेंट्स प्रोग्रेस फॉर अचीविंग लर्निंग आउटकम्स. उन लोगों को लर्निंग आउटकम ट्रैक कर सकते हैं तो उसके लिए न्यू असेसमेंट फॉर्मेट आ रही है थ्रू दिस एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. ए न्यू एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क फॉर टीचर्स. ऑफ कोर्स इतना चेंजेस इन स्कूल में आ रही है तो टीचर्स तो वेल ट्रेंड होना चाहिए विथ पैरेलल टू दिस न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. उसके लिए क्या होते हैं, ए न्यू एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन 2021 विल बी फॉर्मुलेटेड बाय ये कौन फॉर्मुलेट कर रही है, नेशनल काउंसिल फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन इन कंसल्टेशन विथ NCERT नेशनल काउंसिल ऑफ एजुकेशन रिसर्च एंड ट्रेनिंग के कंसल्टेशन के साथ नेशनल काउंसिल फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन एक नया सा फॉर्मेट लेकर आ रही है, नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन 2021. ओके, एंड बाय 2030 द मिनिमम डिग्री क्वालिफिकेशन. टीचर्स का एक इंडिविजुअल को टीचिंग प्रोफेशन में स्कूल में आना है तो उन लोगों को क्या चाहिए होगा, 4 ईयर का इंटीग्रेटेड B.Ed डिग्री होना चाहिए बाय 2030. तो बाय 2030 से द मिनिमम डिग्री क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर टीचिंग विल बी ए 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड B.Ed डिग्री होना चाहिए. एंड these all are the main points in the school sector. And in higher education sector after plus 2 it's a university level and in college level. So gross enrollment ratio school में क्या था gross enrollment ratio, it was on 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030. इन हायर लेवल पे आएंगे तो वो 50% हो गया, रेज्ड टू 50% बाई 2035. ओके, ऑल्सो 3.5 crore seats to be added in higher education. 3.5 crores seats एक्स्ट्रा ऐड किया है इन हायर एजुकेशन सेक्टर पे. द करंट ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो इन हायर एजुकेशन इज 26.3%. अभी का ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो 26.3% है. होलिस्टिक अंडर ग्रेजुएट एजुकेशन विथ ए फ्लेक्सिबल करिकुलम कैन बी ऑफ 3 or 4 years with multiple exit options. सो अंडर ग्रेजुएट एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम है कैसे चेंज हो गया, इट्स बिकम ए 3 to 4 years प्रोग्राम विथ मल्टीपल एक्सिट ऑप्शंस ऑल्सो गिविंग टू द स्टूडेंट्स and with the appropriate certification with this period. Okay, MPhil courses will be discontinued and all the courses at undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD level will now be interdisciplinary. MPhil course हटा दिया. पहले कैसे था higher education till +2 it was a schooling system and after +2 it was higher education system. So after +2 3 years graduation and 2 year post graduation and MPhil and PhD. This was the order of the higher education अभी 2020 तक. अभी न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के साथ क्या हो गया, 4 years का ग्रेजुएशन के बाद, दैट मीन्स PG प्लस ग्रेजुएशन के बाद PhD यू कैन डू डायरेक्टली थ्रू to PhD enrollment. Okay, so in बीच का MPhil का हटा दिया, MPhil course they removed. All courses at undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD level will now be interdisciplinary. वो तो interdisciplinary कर दिया है. And academic bank of credits to be established to facilitate transfer of credits transfer करने के लिए academic bank of credits भी establish कर दिया है. And multidisciplinary education and research universities at par with, यहाँ पे इन न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में यू कैन सी रिसर्च को इम्पोर्टेंस दे दिया है इन रिसर्च एरियाज, बिकॉज क्वालिटी रिसर्च लेके आने के लिए दे आर डूइंग दैट मच एफर्ट थ्रू न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. Multidisciplinary education and research universities at par with the IIT, IIMs to be set up as a models of best multidisciplinary education of global standards in the country. And the National Research Foundation will be created as an apex body. एक अपेक्स बॉडी भी बना दिया नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन के लिए. नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन विल बी द अपेक्स बॉडी फॉर फोस्टरिंग ए स्ट्रॉन्ग रिसर्च कल्चर एंड बिल्डिंग रिसर्च कैपेसिटी अक्रॉस हायर एजुकेशन. फॉर हायर एजुकेशन एक अपेक्स बॉडी भी आ गया एंड ऑन द फील्ड ऑफ रिसर्च इट्स अ नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन. And Higher Education Commission of India will be set up as a single umbrella body. ऑफ कोर्स इतना सारा कंट्रोल करने के लिए कमीशन चाहिए होगा, राइट. सो एक कमीशन को बना दिया हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. बट इसके अंडर आते हैं पूरा एजुकेशन सेक्टर एक्सेप्ट एक्सक्लूडिंग क्या क्या आते हैं, मेडिकल एंड लीगल एजुकेशन. मेडिकल एंड लीगल एजुकेशन के अलावा सारे एजुकेशन सेक्टर एक कमीशन के अंदर आ रही है, दैट्स अ हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन. ओके. एंड पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन विल बी गवर्न्ड बाय द सेम सेट ऑफ नॉर्म्स. अभी पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस को, इवन पब्लिक गवर्नमेंट का होगा या प्राइवेट का होगा, दोनों को एक ही नॉर्म्स में आ गया. सेट ऑफ नॉर्म्स आर सेम होगा फॉर रेगुलेशन, अक्रेडिशन एंड एकेडमिक स्टैंडर्ड्स. ऑल्सो Higher Education Commission of India HEICI will be having 4 independent vertical, namely because ये Higher Education Commission के अंडर 4 कैटेगरीज ऑफ काउंसिल्स भी आ गया. दैट इज़ नेशनल हायर एजुकेशन रेगुलेटरी काउंसिल NHERC, दैट्स फॉर रेगुलेशन. ऑफ कोर्स इतना सारा चीज़ के रेगुलेट करना ही पड़ेगा, नॉर्म्स एंड रेगुलेशंस करना ही पड़ेगा. दैट्स के लिए सेपरेट काउंसिल बना दिया, नेशनल हायर एजुकेशन रेगुलेटरी काउंसिल अंडर HECI. ओके. एंड जनरल एजुकेशन काउंसिल फॉर स्टैंडर्ड सेटिंग. एक स्टैंडर्ड सेट करना होते हैं बिकॉज quality research and quality higher education they are providing through new education policy. So the need of standard setting is very important. So इसके लिए भी जनरल एजुकेशन काउंसिल सेटअप कर दिया अंडर हायर एजुकेशन काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया. And Higher Education Grant Council, it's for Grant Council for grants means funding के लिए. Okay. So you just remember these key points in this council. One is for education regulatory, that's for regulation, and General Education Council, that's for general standard maintain करने के लिए, and Higher Education Grants Council for funding के लिए. It's very important. And budget we will study in financial administration is one of the topics, so we will see the higher education grants and all funding systems of university. And National Accreditation Council, that's for grade maintenance, the quality maintenance के लिए college को and universities को grades दे रहे हैं, that's for accreditation. So it's के लिए NAC, National Accreditation Council. Okay. And another point is affiliation of college is to be phased out in 15 years. 15 years के अंदर क्या होगा, affiliation का system हटा जाएगा. So and the stage wise mechanism to be established for granting graded autonomy to the colleges. Affiliated system हटाने के बाद एक graded autonomy दे देगा for the colleges. Over a period of time, every college is expected to develop into either an autonomous degree granting college या colleges क्या होगा, एक autonomous degree granting colleges होगा, otherwise एक constituent college of a university होगा. इसका 2 ऑप्शन ही होगा. There is no affiliated universities after the 15 years. So gradually only they can change the remove the changes because it's a huge educational sector in India is one of the vast sector, so they can't change immediately within 1 year or 2 years. It will take time for the changes to implement properly. So it's a policy आ गया. अभी implementation के लिए they need to take times 15 or 10 years. Okay. And these are the main points of you should focus these points on schooling sector and higher education system. So more other changes kya hai, now we will see that another changes, because it's a common changes, and before we see the schooling sector changes and higher educational sector changes, and now we see the common changes in national education policy, new national education policy 2020. One is an autonomous body, the National Education Technology Forum. We already saw the importance of technology in the new education field, and we have one of the syllabus topic also there is modern technology in universities. Okay, so an autonomous body, the National Educational Technology Forum, will be created to provide a platform for free exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning and administration. Of course, the exchange of ideas is very important nowadays. उसके लिए एक platform ही चाहिए. That's very important because in the quality research, the exchange of ideas are playing main role, vital role for that. So इसके लिए use of technology for enhanced learning, assessment, planning and administration. Okay. And National Assessment Center, Parak, you can pronounce your own way only. You focus on the spelling PARAKH. National Assessment Center का नाम है Parak. Okay, you remember National Assessment Center Parak has been created to assess the students. एक students का performance assessment के लिए है National Assessment Center Parak. It will also pave the way for foreign universities to set up campus in India. Of course, it was a good news for all Indians, because you can study foreign universities in your own country, right? That's one good news and a good policy for our education sector. So it also paved the way for foreign universities to set up campuses in India. And it emphasizes setting up of a gender inclusion fund, special education zone for disadvantaged regions and groups. Of course, disadvantaged regions hoga India mein, and also there is a group of people, they are facing disadvantaged sector. So they need, for them they set up the new education policy set up gender inclusion fund and special education zones. And National Institution for Pali, पर्शियन एंड प्राकृत, इसके लिए स्पेशल इंस्टीट्यूशन है फॉर लैंग्वेज डेवलपमेंट. पाली, पर्शियन एंड दिस ऑल आर दवर हिस्ट्रिकल लैंग्वेजेस. पाली, प्राकृत आर द बुद्धिस्ट लैंग्वेजेस, एंड ऑल्सो पर्शियन our history, Mughal history and Sultanate history also, focusing on the Persian languages. So our historical importance of language also they are focusing through this policy. So a National Institute for Pali, Persian and Prakrit, Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation to be set up. Okay, उसके लिए ट्रांसलेशन एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन वो भी सेटअप कर रहे हैं सेपरेट. And it also aimed to increase the public investment in the education sectors to reach 6% of GDP at the earliest. At the earliest, our focus क्या है? 6% of GDP increase of public investment के through 6% GDP तक पहुँचना है हमें education sector पे. Currently, we are spend around 4.6% of its total GDP on education sector. Okay, focus on these figures. It's very important in GDP prices in education sector. And our constitutional provision, education in India. What was the constitutional provisions? Very important. Part 4 of Indian Constitution, Article 45 and Article 39F, Clause F of DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy, has a provision for state-funded as well as equitable and accessible education. So, DPSP in our Constitution, DPSP Part 4 providing through Article 45 and Article 39 Clause F, what was the provision? State-funded as well as equitable and accessible education के लिए. And the 42nd amendment to the constitution in 1976. 42nd amendment कब हो गया? 1976 पे. What was the move? So moved education from state to the concurrent list. In our constitution, we have three lists. One is union list, and second one is state list, and third one is concurrent list. So before 1976 एजुकेशन वाज ऑन स्टेट लिस्ट में था. अभी क्या हो गया, इट्स चेंज्ड टू कंकरेंट लिस्ट. 1976 के बाद 42nd अमेंडमेंट थ्रू वो कंकरेंट लिस्ट में हो गया. कंकरेंट लिस्ट मतलब क्या है, इट्स अ कॉमन सब्जेक्ट फॉर यूनियन एंड स्टेट. ओके, सो द education policies by the central government provide a broad direction and the state government are expected to follow it. मतलब policies देगा central government provide broad directions and policies normally, and through our constitution normally states will follow, but it's not mandatory. State can reject also. There is one option for that. So that's the example one is there. For instance, Tamil Nadu does not follow the 3 language formula prescribed by the first education policy in 1968. So in Tamil Nadu they didn't accept the first education policy in 1966 ka 3 language formula they rejected. So that's one example. State can, it's not mandatory, state can accept, but normally the state will follow the rules and regulations and new policies of union government. And the 86th amendment in 2002 made education an enforceable right under article 21. 86th amendment in 2002 के through fundamental right बना दिया education को. Education was the fundamental right of a citizen. So education an enforceable right under article 21A. Okay, and लॉज क्या क्या है, रिलेटेड लॉज क्या है. राइट टू एजुकेशन, RTE एक्ट 2009 एम टू प्रोवाइड प्राइमरी एजुकेशन टू ऑल चिल्ड्रन एज्ड 6 to 14 years and enforce education as a fundamental right. 6 to 14 years तक प्राइमरी एजुकेशन आर मस्ट फॉर द चिल्ड्रंस. दैट्स द राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट 2019 provided through the law. Okay, it also mandate 25% reservation for disadvantaged sections of the society where disadvantaged groups. Where is the group of disadvantaged groups there? They need to give 25% reservation for disadvantaged sections. And what all the initiatives from government side? Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, midday meal scheme, Navodaya Vidyalaya and Kendriya Vidyalayas, and the use of IT in education are all a result of new education policy of 1986. 1986 का through आया है government initiatives for the education sector का growth के लिए. And वे फॉरवर्ड, व्हाट ऑल वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट. आगे क्या होगा न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के थ्रू? ए न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी एम टू फैसिलिटेट इन इंक्लूसिव पार्टिसिपेटरी एंड होलिस्टिक अप्रोच विच टेक इनटू कंसिडरेशन फील्ड एक्सपीरियंस, एम्पिरिकल रिसर्च, स्टेक होल्डर feedback as well as lesson learned from the best practices. So totally the new education policy is focused on modern and quality education. So it is a progressive shift towards a more scientific approach to education. Of course they are focusing more on modern technologies and also the research field, and the prescribed structure will help to cater the ability of a child stage of cognitive development as well as social and physical awareness. We already saw the in the 3 age to 6 age was the compulsory for globally they make universal education system. So it is catch them young, that was the formula of new education policy. So stage of cognitive development as well as social and also with extracurricular activities also made as a same equal chance for the students to pursue extracurricular activities. And if implemented in its true vision, of course जो policies आया गया वो very अच्छा है, but implementation अच्छे से नहीं हुआ तो there is no result. So it implement in its true vision, the new structure can bring India at par with the leading countries of the world. So we hope for the best from this new education policy in our India's education system. Anyway, you follow these points. First of all, hope you understood my lecture. If any doubts you can share in comment box. So Thank you.